on, but be sure to catch us live.
It's fancy.
Better fancy, guys. Yeah, we're moving on up, Eric. Moving on up. I just actually came up with an epiphany saying, hey, I could do things like this.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyways, here we are, man. Bravo.
Crazy news morning for sure, right?
What are you hearing, Eric? What is actually happening right now? Because I know for a fact you hit me up early this morning in regards to the CDC, and that's kind of where I left it, and I said let's talk about it online.
Yeah, no, that works. Well, hey, real quick before we jump to that, we got to talk about what day today is.
What is today's day?
It's actually it's a pretty relevant day, right? It says National Waitstaff Day. So like your waiters, your reception, your people that bring food, the people that seat you, all those people, the waitstaff. It's in honor of them day. And since they're out there doing their thing, when nobody else wants to right now, it's a perfect day for that.
Okay, there we go. That's the day, guys. That's exactly how we roll. And I mean, ever since you've been doing the days, I wonder how many people out there are jumping in on this what day it is trick.
Right?
I think there's a lot, Eric. There's a lot of people seeing this. A lot of people are acknowledging, what we're doing. So I appreciate all you guys out there. Thank you for everybody tuning in. It means a lot to us because without you, we would be just talking to ourselves. This just makes me.
Yeah. It's funny. So I saw your post earlier about how is anybody else cold? You're wearing a T-shirt.
Yes.
On your heat and put on a T-shirt?
I was going from one warm house to another warm spot, so I was okay with that. It's just like, the sun. I know it's going to warm up. Prescott has that issue. Well, it's not an issue. It's like it gets really, really cold, and then it gets really, really hot.
Yep.
Here's what it is. I remember when I was working in construction, you actually go to work wearing, layers, and by like each hour, a layer will come off, layer will come off, and it's the name of the game. But the crazy part about that is that laundry builds up fast, and that's the other crap part. So, anyways, some of the things that you have to do to learn how to live in Prescott, Arizona. This is one of the things that we know how to do. So it is what it is. So guys, speaking of the weather, it is obviously cold outside, and everybody knew that it was coming in, but here we are. We're actually moving on to today, and today is going to be an actual beautiful day itself. So I'm kind of happy with that. And, I kind of put the forecast up in the beginning of the week, and then we start talking about each day. So I kind of leave it up to everybody to go outside and experience what's going to be happening. But you might rely on me to kind of prepare you of what you're wearing. I suggest that you get that beautiful app. It's do it on your own. But at the same time, I'm just a forecaster. So you can't blame me. I know how all those forecast people with the weatherman gets in trouble, dude. They get in trouble, Eric.
No, like I said, next week 90s. Man, this is crazy.
Yeah, up and down.
60s to 90s in the same within a week. That's crazy. So, we started to touch on, put out recommendation for when schools start back, or what their recommendations are on how you can start going back to school in the fall. Did you read those yet?
I did not, man, but I did get a Yavapai Community Health Service for re-expanding services. And they were talking, they also had in their email what immunizations that are required to go back to school. And so what did I do? I actually requested that immunization record, and I'll go ahead and actually post it, guys, because this is public notice. And you guys have to do and look through this yourself, Eric. I was going to tell you yesterday, but me, man, always making freaking things happen without you acknowledging. So, yeah, Eric, this acknowledgement of what kind of immunization that you're going to need to put your child in school. I didn't really look through it all the way. So
I'm excited. I'm not excited, but I'm interested to hear Prescott and Prescott Valley School District and what their response is. I think we need to give them some time to digest this. But we need to get them on the show and have them talk about this once they come up with a plan. And so I'm going to go through some of the highlights here real quick. And again, this is just wow. So first of all, if you're over the age of 2 years old and you're going to public school, you have to wear a mask. There'll be no sharing of items, supplies, or belongings. That means no cubbies, no electronic devices, no toys, nothing. Desks need to be 6 feet apart, all facing the same way. Social distancing on the school buses, which means one child per seat, skipping rows. I mean, that's just wow. They want to install sneeze guards. So I get that. One-way route in the hallways, so you can only go one way throughout the hallways. No communal and shared spaces, which means no playgrounds, no cafeterias. They want to do prepackaged lunches only, which means you have to, be prepackaged. No, bring it. No cafeteria food. No, whatever. Kids are going to have to eat in their classrooms. No field trip and assemblies or external organized school activities. That means no clubs, no field trips, nothing. Same children have. Here's the kicker. Okay, you cannot switch teachers and you cannot switch classrooms, is what they're suggesting. So that means, for high school, middle school, college, even, man, you could only see one teacher a day, and you have to stay in that classroom all day. And that's just I think that's the biggest change. Of course, they've added rules for disinfecting and things like that. So I really want to hear from our local school districts and find out what their plan is, because this is just incredibly, really, wow, as far as what they're suggesting right now to go back in the fall.
Well, Eric, I'll go ahead and get that information as soon as possible. I will go ahead and get probably superintendent on and just talk with them about what is going to happen with that, because that is very, very big. And then, like I said, I posted it right now on the link itself. So this is the required immunization for going back to school. And I read some of it, and once again, as soon as it starts getting into like crazy big words that I've never heard before, I tend to kind of just throw it off, because to be in honesty, I don't know what none of that stuff is. I'm not that educated for all of those big words. And I know that there's somebody out there that will say, yes, this is a good thing. No, this is a bad thing. So make sure you guys do your homework and check it all out, because here we are, man. We're living in some new times. They are saying new times, guys. This is one of the things that we said, that things are going to change, and you guys are going to see it now. It's happening. It's happening. So, anyways, with that being said, there was a lot of news that came into Prescott last night. As the headline said today, guys, we're going to be talking about some traffic stops that leads into drug investigations, and then it gets involved, and next thing you know, man, 7 people were arrested. And then there's animal cruelty, but it also ends in, what would you say, a positive note, because guess what, Eric? The kittens all found a home right away, so that was pretty cool. But they're still looking for these people. So let's go ahead and tell you about the animal cruelty. It's kind of a sad thing. Jody Mullins, she's the Prescott Valley Police Department's community service officer, so she's the one that gives us all this information. But she writes us, and she goes, because there was 3 stories that came out yesterday, and she goes, oh my gosh, today's a busy day with news releases, and it was quite a sight today to see the personnel here cradling the babies, which have all found good homes. So that was an exciting way to go ahead and give us this information, because what followed after that was the sad part. So the Prescott Valley Police Department is asking for the community's help in identifying the owner of 4 young kittens that were dumped in a ditch last evening, too young to be on their own and without food. The Prescott Valley Police Department Animal Control Division was called by a concerned citizen this morning after she found a plastic Walmart bag in a ditch off of Spouse Road and Tracy Drive containing 4 small kittens, which were only a few weeks old. Pet owners are required to provide proper care for any animal they own under Arizona Revised Statute 13-2910. Subjecting the domestic animal to cruel mistreatment can be charged as a Class 1 misdemeanor or a Class 6 felony. Failing to take care of your animal can lead to fine and or jail time. Abandoning any animal is a crime in the state of Arizona. There are several animal advocacy agencies in the Quad City areas that can take domesticated animals and assist with safe replacement. So if anybody has any information about this said thing, Prescott Valley Police Department would like to speak with you. And Eric, when you have an animal, sometimes the number one thing is you get them spayed and neutered, right? That's kind of like the goals in life. Is that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy. We've got the Humane Society. We've got all these places that will take it and not charge anybody. There's no need for this.
There isn't, and it's sometimes sad to acknowledge that, but then once again, when you have a burden of something as this is down going on, it's repercussions. If your cat's not spayed and neutered, guess what, guys? It's going to have babies, or it's going to give babies to something else. So it is just wise. This is kind of how we kind of help with this scenario. But once again, there's agencies out there that will take these kittens. So if you happen to find in a place where you're getting in trouble, or in a position where you can't take care of them, then there's places for you. So anyways, with that being said, let's move on, because that just starts with, I swear it's not bad news, guys. It's not bad news all the time.
You said the kittens found a home, right?
They found a home. Yeah, there's several.
That's good news.
Yeah, there's silver lining to all of our stories. I promise you guys. I mean, just because I'm putting it out there doesn't mean it's a bad thing. But check this out. This is the number one thing that is actually a really good thing, guys. I mean, we put news stories out for one reason only, and that's just because we want to make everybody aware of what's happening in our community. And this one right here is the one that everybody should be aware of. And you know what you see on the screen right now, guys, is black tar heroin. Unfortunately, this is actually...
For a moment there, I thought you found the meteorite, and you were telling me you quit.
I wish it was that cool, Eric. I've got radiation, heroin, what's that? So, we got to go ahead and stop for a second. When we post something up here about a criminal or a person that is having issues with their life, it's not a judgmental thing. It's more or less like an educational thing. So I would love to go ahead and iterate with the people that we're about to show you are running through some bad times. Everybody has a moment in their life that they're going to always fail. So we can't really judge them. And to me, in all honesty, I'm probably one of the biggest guys out there that people will judge by the look and the color of my skin. And I'm going to say it, but I'm sorry it happens. But I'm okay with this, because in one thing or another, I actually do some of that. And I have to step back and say, hey, listen, guys, this is not who we are. But anyways, the people that we're about to show you, they're running through a patch of hard times, but they did do the crime. And if you do the crime, everybody knows you have to do the time if you get caught. So here is the people that we're making famous. This is Williams, Smear Williams, Cody Wilkins. For some reason, I think that he's already been on the news within the past month. So this is kind of a scenario of, did the guy get in trouble again, or is this just because of the last deal? And then obviously Samantha Sylvester, and we don't know the part that these guys all came in. You guys can read the story at PrescottTimes.com, theprescotttimes.com. And these guys right here are the ones that are all got in trouble. Jeremiah Mars. The last guy was Trey Gist. Let's see, Kelsey Pravat. I think she was actually in the news as well within the month. And Katrina Flick. So the media release says that on May 18th, 2020, just after 11 p.m., so this is happening new, the Chino Valley's officers stopped a gold-covered Hyundai sedan for an equipment violation. The driver was 34-year-old Katrina Flick from Chino Valley, along with three passengers identified as 24-year-old Kelsey Pravat from Chino Valley, 29-year-old Jeremiah Mars from Chino Valley, and 19-year-old Trey Gist from Paulden. The traffic stop occurred in the 700 block of Highland Court, and Flick claimed that they knew the occupants of the home. When contacted, those residents stated that they did not know Flick and her passengers. The officer knew many of the occupants from numerous prior police contacts. Hey, there it is. They've actually been, okay, so they are a repeat offender now. So where do we go with this remorse? So guys, I'm sorry, man. And when you go to jail for the first time, you have to learn. If you go to jail for the second time, you didn't learn the first time. So, man, you have to learn in order for you not to get put on blast like this, because that's what happens. So during the records check, Flick attempted to run away and was detained. Oh man, 2 felony warrants were discovered in her name, and she was arrested. Officers learned from interviews with the occupants they had been staying at the Days Inn in Highway 89 in Chino Valley. One of the officers noticed the cap to a syringe inside the vehicle in plain view. Based on his investigation to this point, officers suspected the vehicle likely containing illicit narcotics and requested a canine for exterior sniff of the vehicle. The canine alerted to the presence of a narcotic odor, and search for the source of the odor was underway. Oh man! So, anyways, guys,
does Chino Valley have a canine unit? I didn't know that.
You know what, Eric? Yes, they do.
Awesome.
I think we all, every town municipality has a canine unit for sure. It's one of the things that happens, and I mean, it's a great tool to have. So, Sheriff's Department, Prescott Police Department, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley all have their units to battle this crime that's going on. I mean, heroin's always been an issue, and then now that it was laced with fentanyl, it's just really honestly unsafe. First of all, second of all, it's not really good for you or your family or anybody that's around you. It's not that good. But anyways, we're coming upon Memorial Day weekend. This is when everybody kind of like just has their last like hoorah from school, from everything. Eric, what are you usually doing during Memorial Day weekend?
So I mean, all the stuff going down at the square normally. There's, we actually have had booths down there before. I mean, so that's always a big thing. Or going to the lake, cookouts, graduation's big, right? Which I think everybody's missing out on right now. All of those things. When up here, where the weather's beautiful, you celebrate it, right? You're like, all right, this is going to be, we got good weather, we can go outside, and man, it seems like everything's on hold still, right?
Yes, everything seems to be on hold. But one of the things that we're going to talk about is actually the time where everybody starts celebrating and everybody starts getting all relaxed. It's summertime. We go on cruises, we go on trips, and this year is a whole different story. So basically, we're getting all the releases of the events that happen in Prescott are closing down. I actually posted a couple on the Prescott Times just recently. I know you've seen it, Eric, but one was if the Highland Games came, would you go? And would you not?
I saw that. No, that's way off. September's a long way off. I'm more concerned about the rodeo and the 4th of July. I'm looking for some answers there.
So word has it that the 4th of July is going to go on. So okay. Is the 4th great. And these are just hearsay, guys. I'm just hearsaying, and I shouldn't be doing that because.
And that means are you hearing the rodeo too? Because I mean that's the biggest day, the biggest week of the year up here.
I heard the rodeo is going to go on, and then I also heard the party in the Pines in June is not happening. So. This is one of those things where we will find out the answer. It's just a matter of just asking the question. And I think everybody's still on like, I don't know if it's going to happen. But you know what, Eric? With that event, that one event is literally the one that feeds a lot of businesses throughout the year. So this is going to be really crazy, man. If the Whiskey Row is going to be rescheduled. The July rodeo has never been. I don't think it's ever been postponed, even throughout all the years that it's been up and running. I don't think it's ever been postponed. So, I mean, if anything, those Cowboys are going to still ride. They still got to get their belt buckles, man. They're riding for a reason. Just because their spectators not in the thing, I think they're still going to go on with or without us. So that would be kind of sad, but at the same time, we'll be there to film it.
That'd be cool so people can see it. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it'd be great if it goes on, but we got to make some changes. It can't go on. I mean, you can't be sitting like arm in arm to people and things like that. And it's funny because it depends on the year. I've had a hard time getting tickets. It's always so full that it's hard to get into. So, I mean, at reduced capacity, there's going to be some few lucky people that it's going to be able to go.
Hey, Mayor Magarelli. Sorry. Mayor just jumped on the Instagram. Cool. Thank you for joining us. So, Mayor Magarelli needs to come on board over here and talk with us about what is happening with our events. Then we could go ahead and get some insight from somebody that might know some people.
Yeah, would love to know. Like I said, it's coming up fast.
I'll give him a message here shortly. See if he'll jump on and chat with us. We'll see, Eric.
So Gene's asking if the rodeo goes beyond the 4th of July, and normally it's the week of. So do you know what time it's scheduled to end this year?
It's June. It's always June 29th. Let me go ahead and tell you guys the date. It's actually on the billboard over there in right here on the Willow Lake or Willow Creek Road, Miller Valley Road. Sorry.
Yeah, they used to change it every year, but now I think the dates are pretty set.
It's I think it starts on June 29th and goes all the way to the 5th. Yep, to Sunday. So that's basically when it starts. So we're about a month away. You know, the jazz festival is still going on. That's still up and running. Bluegrass Festival. Sorry, guys.
What date is the Bluegrass Festival?
It was June something.
Okay, so let me make sure people know there is stuff coming up.
Yeah. Some people are choosing not to. It's by vote, guys. It's by vote in their committee that decides that they don't want that to be on their hands. And they probably have been seeing the CDC reports, because I don't know if you've seen them, but you know, a lot of people are saying, "Did you guys see the CDC report that just came out?" And nobody's like, "No, I didn't." And that's because nobody really sat there to read it yet. And then now you're reading it. Now it's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, no, there's some pretty strict stuff. I don't know. I think proceeding with caution is definitely the best attitude.
Yeah, it should be. But, you know, this brings out to Prescott Valley. Prescott Valley put out a release for Memorial Day 2020. Headline would be saying, "Summertime should be fun time. Celebrate responsibly." Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial kickoff of all things summer. Memorial Day originating following the U.S. Civil War with the intent of honoring those who died serving in the armed forces. A fun fact about Memorial Day is that while several towns claim to be the originators of Memorial Day, in 1966, Congress declared Waterloo, New York, to be the birthplace of the holiday. Sadly, the special observation weekend has become one of the deadliest weekends for those doing the honoring and celebrating. The Prescott Police Department asked the community to celebrate responsibly while paying tribute to those military service members whom we have lost. Please do not drive impaired. If you or your loved one has attended events over the Memorial Day weekend, please plan ahead for safe transportation to and from the events. Also remember to practice local social distancing as well as other accepted COVID-19 protocols. So it goes on to say that the staff will have extra people out there. If you plan to drink, please find a sober driver. And you know, they still got to do the protocol because people will keep on doing the drinking, unfortunately.
And I think they've upped the number of patrols, and they have some task force out there this weekend. So they're going to get you. So don't do it.
Yeah, definitely do not do it. It's not a good thing, that's for sure.
And I'm sure that people are wanting to know what bars are open for this weekend too. That's a great question. Do you have an idea yet of who's open downtown and what's not?
You know, that's what I heard is that all the bars are opening and they're doing it safely. There was a post that came out on the Prescott Courier where hey, Prescott Courier, get a special shout out for me. That they did post about the three main bars downtown. You know, Matt's, Jersey Lilies, and the Birdcage. You know, the OGs of the downtown area, and I guess they're opening responsibly. I didn't get a chance to read that, so yeah. But they're opening for, I think the 22nd is the day, so tomorrow. So. Once again, you know, people, you go out, and this is the number one key. Don't go out if you're sick. Don't go out if you feel compromised. Just stay home, you know, make it work for yourself. And, you know, I think everything's going to be fine. And one of the cool things about, you know, going off of this, yesterday, Governor Ducey came out and decided to go ahead and do a report like he has done. And nothing's really changed. The trajectory of where they are wanting this to go is going the right direction from what is said. Right now, Yavapai County is definitely not flying up faster than it's supposed to, but one of the original reasons why the numbers jumped up so fast was because of the Mingus Mountain Girls Home. So that's kind of the reason why those numbers jumped up. But we are at a steady 272 positive. And I'm assuming that the 272 positive, it's already been going for like 2 weeks. I'm waiting for this number to go down as far as like the calculation. I don't know if they're calculating those to go backwards. And I know that, we talked to the Yavapai County Community Health Director, and but at the same time, I'm still not seeing those numbers go down, which is totally crazy. But Mingus Mountain Academy reported 113 cases, Eric.
That's crazy. Do you know how many people are there?
I think they said a complete 140 people are there, including staff.
Wow. So almost everybody's infected then.
That was a number that was supposed to go down. But Eric, I mean, this is what's going to happen. I mean, unfortunately, at one point in time, I hate saying this because a lot of people get offended, but at one point in time, we're going to get a flu virus, and we hope to God it's not as bad as they depicted for this one. I mean, because let's be honest, it wasn't as scary as it first projected to come out. I just wasn't. And don't get me wrong, I hate being sick. Like every man out there, we all act like we're dying, but at the same time, man. But did you die? That was the end question. Did you die? So, Eric,
did you? We talked about yesterday about Prescott delaying their graduation. Prescott High. I saw Bradshaw is going to do it in June at Findlay Toyota Center.
Yes,
they're going to move ahead. Any word on Chino Valley? What they're going to do?
No, haven't heard any word. There's a lot of cool things that they are doing, but once again, Chino Valley is a little bit behind. But at the same time, it's rural. They should have just kept it going. They should have just kept the school going. I mean, it's so separated and so far fetched that I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where we don't know the answers to a lot of things because one, we are not the the administrators for any of these businesses. Because if we were, Eric, we would have it all handled.
Oh, it'd be done, right? Yeah, it'd be over already.
Yeah, we would have it handled. Just so you guys understand that we also cover events, we cover entertainment, we cover people that are doing things in our community. And one of the things I put out this morning is for businesses, small local businesses that want to be interviewed. Please message me. Right now, we're getting a lot of messages from people that want to be interviewed. And this is a free of charge service that I am doing for anybody that's watching or that sees these videos. So, jump on this, guys. It's a great chance to reach out to thousands of people weekly. I think the numbers are going, better than we expected, I've ever imagined. So, I posted. I seen just recently 4,000 people have watched our videos for this week, Eric.
That's excellent. Yeah, and so tell them how to like and follow. You got the Instagram going. You've got, of course, YouTube going.
Yes,
that's important.
YouTube family out there. We're going to start building up that little platform as well. But we're also going to be filling up on the Instagram feeds. Thank you, Instagram, for doing this on the IGTV. Facebook, obviously, is the number one holy grail because we have a lot of pushing on the Prescott group, the Prescott Valley group, the Chino Valley group, the Prescott Classified group, the Obituary group. I mean, we're all over the place. So we definitely have the ability to get the word out. So, guys, join us, help us help you. And let's make this community thrive by giving you guys a platform so you can go ahead and get the word out. I mean, this is the whole point of this business that I started, so you guys can get the word out. And we can get the word out to our local community so we can, do some big things here. And I want everybody to understand, I want everybody to go with me. Obviously, competition is out there, and I don't expect everybody to run with me only, but at the same time, I really am trying my hardest to make sure that we get the word out there in an efficient, safe, and affordable way. And then at this point in time, it's very affordable, as free 99 as it can be.
I love it. Yeah, we appreciate you. Everybody appreciates you doing all this. So thank you.
So, guys, this is one of the cool things that are happening in our local community. We have, let me see. We have all these events that are wanting to come up. I think there was one actual big thing, and I had it, but then all of a sudden it was like, wah, wah, wah. Didn't have it, Eric. Didn't have it. Wasn't ready for this one. Oh, let's talk about Okay, so the new stimulus package, what has it done, Eric? Has it passed? Is it going?
No, it's the Heroes Act, I think is what they call it. No, it's really not going anywhere. I mean, a lot of people, as you said yesterday, a lot of people haven't even gotten their checks from the last stimulus. And so, they're kind of trying to see what's working, what's not before they pass anything else.
Yeah, and I just got an email yesterday saying that my gay loan did not go through, and I didn't expect it to go through. It was such a new business; there was nothing really to go look back on as far as like what I am actually generating. So it's totally fine. But at the same time, it could have been really helpful. And I know there's a lot of local little businesses that are out there right now just trying to step up, and keep their doors open. But I'm starting to see a lot of people kind of like bailing out, man. Sad, really sad. I don't want nobody to die. But guys, since yesterday, I just want to show everybody these numbers that came in. So this is kind of how we tally it. But ultimately, there's 64 comments, 7 shares. But the thumbs up is yes. The heart is no. So this is for the rodeo, and right now we're at 213 to 41. So I like polls. I like polls. I think this is a great way to figure out where people are standing for events and stuff. People already have tickets. Look at this. People are already saying they have tickets. But ultimately, guys, a lot of people chimed in, and it was a majority. Yes, yes.
That's good.
Oh, shoot.
That's good.
Can't even share the video.
Yeah, they got it. I mean, the road is cool. They need to do it responsibly. As long as they can pull that off, I think it'll be a great event for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm telling you guys, this is one of those things that kind of keeps a lot of people alive in the actual in Prescott. I mean, these certain events help a lot of businesses stay alive. Downtown Prescott actually goes along with that. I mean, that's kind of what they do. This is what they do. So that's one thing that people should understand is that when we try to get tourism here, there's a reason why is because they spend a lot of the money here locally, and that's somehow what people feed off of. Which kind of brings it to the understanding is that might what happens for cities is that nobody's going to want to go to the cities, man.
Yeah, no, a good chunk of our revenue and our tax revenue comes from tourism. So we need the tourism for sure.
Yep, we sure do. So I can't wait to I'm already over it, Eric. I was already over it, I think, like in 2 weeks during when it started. I was like, all right, I'm over it. But it gave me an opportunity to do a lot of cool things. So I'm enjoying it. But once again, I'm just so busy that I'm just trying to do this, trying to do that. And I'm not really acknowledging what's happening around me. But I know every bit of it is going to affect me. So sad day, man. Sad day.
Yep. So I think that tops today's news. I mean, there's also, of course, plenty of other non-local news, and as things open back up and events start to go again, I think we're going to have more and more cool stuff going on. Reminder, everybody, that parks are open, but you got to pay to go. That's all back to normal. I've seen some cool videos of friends of mine that are out going kayaking out on Watson and things like that, and just things that they've never done before, hiking the dells. That's all open. That's all moving, and it's all outdoors. So.
Yep. There's so much more news, guys. Just go ahead and follow us on the Prescott Times on whether it be Facebook. The stories are the number one things on Instagram, Facebook. You guys just go over there, check out the stories, and above all, go to theprescotttimes.com. That's where you see everything. I mean, we're posting a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff goes up. It's just I don't have enough time to put all the info out there. So make sure you guys go and follow and like that website, because that's where you get all the information. That's how we do it, Eric. We supply people with it. So anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I got things that I need to do, like find out more things to do for you guys and everybody else in this local community. So I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me and Eric. And peace, love, and happiness.
Thursday, got a 3-day weekend coming up. I mean, that's awesome.
And we've had 2 months off, Eric.
Some of us have.
People been on Memorial Day break since spring break, man.
Man, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that day, that Monday. I've been working pretty hard. I know you have too. So
There's no sleep, Eric. Well, I'll take a nap probably. I'm always napping. I guess.
nap on Monday. Sold.
So got it. All right, guys.
Have a great day.
I'll see y'all later.